Inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Detroit Lions. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. Spinning past him, and he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here we go.
To throw on second down is Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
40 got. Set. Got a 20. Omaha, ready, move. Tag 52, let's go.
Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Out to the flat for Riddick. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Stafford now to throw. This is Riddick on the screen. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Set. 250.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. The completion to Riddick. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A very solid gain of 27. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, just keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Here's Stafford. And to the left side here, Wilson. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. And Stafford's going to take it himself. No gain there as he kept it himself. It's second down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
He'll get it up the middle, and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. It's the fullback, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Prater for the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Play action. Now Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
14.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Hey, tempo. Check. Press. Run it. Run left.
On the run, it's Ware. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Wilson dumps that off to Ware. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and that's going to make it 4th down. How about this for an opening drive decision? You got 4th and short, just outside of field goal range in all likelihood. What do?
I'm going for it. I've got to go get it right now. I want to establish a tone. It's early in the game. I want to let my offense know that I believe in them. And you know something else? I let my defense know I believe in them also by taking that gamble. If we don't get it, it's okay. You guys will cover for me.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're playing athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
Waiting. Go, Mike 50, Mike 2.
play fake here on first down. On the move to his left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Bryant's extra point up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. Spinning away. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 21. Stafford here coming off his pick six. The left side completion to Jones. A nice gain at 21 yards. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. He finds Malcolm Mitchell here. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. They find some open field here. Riddick light on his feet, and he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That good for 22 and a first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they get to that end zone real fast.
Set, blue 60. Hey.
Stafford on first down. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out.
We're rolling. All right, here we go. Back 53, ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Hurry up, get set. Back 53, ready. Watch 9. Stay 50.
Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Frank Clark in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And, Charles, they only needed a yard there. They try to pass the football. What do you think?
Well, I can't really go all out and kill them for the call because that 3rd and 1 fake and throw it over the top for a big play, that often does work. But in this situation, the pressure got to him.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Wilson, the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
To throw is Wilson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a 1st down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
On the ground, this is Ware. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. It's Sylvester Williams there to bring him down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. From the shotgun, Wilson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And Dixon over the middle. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. To throw again is Wilson. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Jaron Brown, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Wilson will throw again. Completes it to Dixon. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
Throwing again here, Wilson. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. They'll run now with Ware. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
A'Shawn Robinson coming out of the University of Alabama. A big, physical, intimidating force who had to learn to play with more leverage. Otherwise, he was going to get blown off the ball in the NFL. Looks like he's learning his lessons after that play.
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Bryant's kick is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Bryant now, after hitting the field goal, gets set to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out now come the Lions. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Bashed.
Super toe.
They go play action here on 1st down. Steps away. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target. And it's 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10, Stafford again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hey, go here! Double, set!
Out of the gun, Stafford. Flush to his right. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Set! Lady!
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this.
Set! 180! Like 7!
On first down, Stafford here. Steps away to his left. A dump off for Davis. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. On first down, it's Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Double, set!
Throwing again at Stafford. Flushed out right. And his throw is incomplete. Knocking it away there defensively, Justin Coleman.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Set! Got a 20!
Stafford looks to throw again. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. This is fielded at the 7. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here's Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He's going deep for Brown. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Nevin Lawson with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, "I'll take him, I'll fix him." The very next game, he started out the exact same way. And the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, "He's yours from now on." Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Hey. You think you gonna get this? Hey, go here. What's the motion? 22.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Zero. Set. Waiting.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10.
14. Zero.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. They run it here. Ware. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On second down, Wilson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
The Seahawks on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Play action. It's Wilson. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Sylvester Williams able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the Lions will take over. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively, now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a play fake and it's Stafford. Sliding out of the pocket. His throw incomplete. Right there in coverage, the veteran Cam Chancellor.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Play action. Stafford. And incomplete on the deep ball.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Quinn. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. They go play action with Wilson. Rolling to his right. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
On third down, Wilson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him. Find him.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Now a first down throw. Stafford. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Davis. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. They'll set up the screen with Davis. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Davis. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
That's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Here's Stafford. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Only 2 yards on the completion at 2nd down.
All right, here we go, here we go. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Hey, give me radar.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. Forced out to his left. Six yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
The Lions on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
22!
The shotgun snap for Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It'll be a gain of 16 and give him a 1st down as well. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get it to the 23-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
second down. Here's Stafford. They'll find a man over the middle. It's Golladay. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. Stafford now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Earl Thomas in on the stop. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Set. 180. Hey, tag 50 left.
Here's Stafford now on second down. Flushed out right. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Set. 260. 56.
They'll try and run forward with Davis. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
We got three, fellas. Set.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. Dancing to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Frank Clark in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Here's Davis. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it winds us down to the end of the 3rd quarter.
Brandon, my evil, reckless brother's on my shoulder screaming, go for it, but I just knocked him off. You can't do that here. Field goal's a chip shot. Take the points. No way you can let this possession end without getting some points.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now they'll run it on the toss. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They go play action now. Wilson. He's going to fire one deep over the... And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Glover Quinn. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Blue 60. 22.
To throw on second down. Stafford being chased out left. Throw left side taken in by Galladay. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards that time for number 19.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Set. Waiting.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And he's got it. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Luke Wilson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And thanks to the interception, the Lions offense cashes in with 6. Extra point good by Prater. And they will take a 7-point lead. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. Dumps that off to Ware. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. Well, earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
The tackle made there by Jared Davis. The offense on 3rd down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They run again with Ware. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is Complete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
From the 50, Stafford. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Set. Number 20. 22.
Looking to throw on second down. Stafford buying time to his left. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. From the gun, here's Stafford. They're able to locate Wilson. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Stafford to the former Seahawk Wilson for a Lions first. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Set. 180. Trio right. Trio right.
Now a play fake here on first down. They'll roll him out right. Out to the right here to Wilson. And he gets it down to the 32. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
All right, boys, here we go.
Now a handoff to Davis. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The Lions on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7.
Set. 180.
Out of the gun, Stafford. He finds Riddick, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 15 and a first. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Stafford going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
50. Set. 180.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. On the sneak, it's Stafford. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Matthew Stafford with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Lions add on to their lead. Prater for the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. The 30, 10, and he's taken it all the way back for the return touchdown. And this game just got a little crazier. They're still alive here in the final stages.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Davis. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
They'll run it again here with Davis. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 4, and that should just about seal the deal.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
A first down carry for Davis. Fighting him off. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.